I'm Rachel from Cap and Cork, and for the month of September we are relaunching the finishing school program because everybody else is going back to school, so should we. So this week I am stepping up to the bar with Brian, assistant manager out at our Covington Plaza location, and we are tackling gin. All right, define gin as a category. Can we do that?
Gin as a category is a neutral grain spirit that by legal definition has to have juniper in it.
Okay.
Other than that, it's up to the distiller's choice on all the other botanicals that are in it.
And is there no regulation as far as how much juniper, or
It just has to be juniper.
Okay.
So there's a wide variety. There's New World now, there's Japanese, there's London Dry, which is the traditional. So it's all kinds of fun now.
So let's start with the traditional. Looking at the botanicals that typically go in a London Dry traditional.
So London Dry, juniper is the defining flavor.
Okay.
So it will have the nice piney characteristics. This is Ford's. It's a newer product to us in the past few months. And it has a nice long list of everything that's in it. And as Rachel can attest to, it's hard to read, but
juniper, coriander seed, lemon peel, bitter orange peel, jasmine, and the list goes on.
So it has all kinds of fun notes to it.
Which all sound like wonderful things. Like,
right, they play off each other, and as I like to say, Ford's is kind of the perfect cocktail gin. If you're making up a new fun cocktail and you just can't pick which gin you want, I reach for Ford's because it just has all the fun flavors to it.
And it would be one, so when I'm thinking of cocktail ability with a gin, is pretty much any flavor you put in there going to play off and pick up?
Pretty much. I like to say, since it's so well balanced on the flavors, when you add something else to it, it just enhances.
Okay, that's beautiful.
That's what I like about Ford's.
So then, deviating then from that more traditional selection of botanicals, what are some other options that we might find on our shelf?
Well, we have two New World. So we have Greyway.
What is New World?
New World's anything that's not European.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
I mean, that's a broad generalization. So we have a Gray Whale gin from California, which actually supports the Oceana project, which is kind of fun.
That's cool.
And then it also has some very unique botanicals in it. It has sea kelp and almonds.
Ooh, things that you would not typically find, obviously in a traditional, but...
So of course it still has the juniper, since they all do.
They do.
But it has limes, fir tree, sea kelp, mint, and almonds.
I'm intrigued.
I have not yet actually got to try this one, that's how new it is to us.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to seeing how those all play together.
Yeah, very cool. How about these other guys?
So this other one is a lot of fun. This one's made in Kentucky, and it is made by Sam Bean.
Oh, okay.
At Limestone Branch Distilleries, and yes, it's that family Bean. He is part of that.
They make gin too.
They make gin. So gin is kind of like the bourbon distillers' little side project. They all are starting to make little gins here and there, and his is coming out, and it's Bowling and Birch. He actually doesn't tell you what botanicals, because he mixes it up and changes it batch to batch. Unfortunately, they don't tell you the batch, but it's this fun little, like 3-gallon distillery at a time down there at their distillery.
So very small batch, very craft, very,
And he has people who work in the distillery. He's the only one who touches this.
Interesting. I think the mystery surrounding it makes it that much more appealing.
It's a lot of fun.
Like you want to drink it just to
see what was in his mind that day.
Even to drink it with friends to see if you each pick up different things. So
yes.
All sorts of fun.
And then this last one is probably far and away the most unique. It would be Roku, which is a Japanese gin.
Okay. And beautiful bottle.
Beautiful bottle, fun. It's made by the Suntory family, which if you're into whiskeys at all, you know the Suntory name. They make amazing whiskeys. This is their foray into gin. And it has things I can't pronounce properly, but it has tea and peppers and fruit peels that are unique to Japan that would bring a lot of fun flavors to it.
That would be an awesome experience. So I could definitely see, just as we develop our bourbon palates and different wine palates and everything, I see like gin being one that's very approachable as far as these are some ingredients that we're all going to recognize and enjoy.
Right, and being, in whiskey and wine, you're looking for nuances. Gin is less nuanced. It kind of wants you to be able to pick out those flavors and be pronounced. So it's fun to pick up this Roku gin and can you find the pepper flavor? Because it should be up front. So that's a good way to also train yourself to find different flavors.
So when you go to select a gin, how do you pick one out of the gate? Do you pick one that's more traditional before you branch out in these? Or gin is one of those that you can jump in at any spot?
For gin, I feel like you can jump in wherever you want. You don't need to start at a certain place because there's so much differentiation between the different ones.
That's kind of a fun thing to be able to do.
Right, you can be like, oh, I want to try this one. And
I'm going to try the one with kelp and almonds.
Right,
yeah.
Because since it's so different than just the one right next to it on the shelf, that's the fun part.
That's neat.
Where, other ones you want to start at a certain place and build, these are all kind of lateral.
So when you drink gin, do you drink it neat, on the rocks, always in a cocktail?
As I like to say for everybody, drink it the way you like. If you want to make a cocktail, make a cocktail. If you want to just taste it by itself to get the notes, do that and then play with it in something else. But it's most important, drink things the way you like.
Yeah. Stay curious and enjoy it how you enjoy it.
Yes. We always have new and exciting things coming, so always check out your local Captain Cork for new flavors.
There you go. All right. Well, Brian, thank you for stepping up to the bar with me today. If you want to find any of the wonderful gins that Brian has presented for us today, stop in to Covington Plaza or any of our other 15 locations. Our managers and their staff will be able to help you with that. Want to follow the fun that's going on at Captain Cork? Sign up for our email newsletter, and we'll see you on the next episode of Finishing School. Cheers!
Thank you.
That's all this week from the Captain Cork Studios. We'll keep you in good spirits, and you keep us in good company. We'll see you right back here next week.